scary. Over the years, Affinity has evolved into a safe space for a lot of dialogue around issues that people can't talk about other places. It's also evolved into a space where women and men and youth have been able to find their voices through the work that they do within the organization. And they are also opportunities for folks to get involved on a grander scale, because it is a social justice organization, and sometimes just knowing that there are other people who are going through things that you've gone through has been critically important to helping people spark some energy in themselves to go out and do the work on behalf of others as well as themselves.
So I know that Affinity is one of the few resources for African American people of the LGBTQ community actually on the South Side. Like, most of the, safe havens for that community are all, north and not so much in urbanized areas. Oh, it looks like we have a caller. Go ahead, caller.
Hello, how you doing? This is Norma. I want to tell you all doing a fantastic job. And the young lady on the left, how you doing? I used to work with you at the theater.
Yes, I remember you.
Yes, y'all doing a fantastic job. Y'all just keep up the good work and tell them to give y'all a raise, because y'all helping a lot of women. And God bless y'all.
Wow. You too. And so, as I was saying, on the South Side, they're not like in urbanized areas. So, what are your hopes for like the expansion of resources in Chicago in the urbanized areas?
That's a great question. Thank you.
And what can people do to help that?
There's lots that they can do. Well, it's interesting that you should ask that question. First of all, Affinity is very deliberately located on the South Side for those reasons. A lot of the resources for the LGBTQ community have traditionally gone north, and the founders of the organization knew that it was important to have this resource on the South Side. What the founders also envisioned was that Affinity would become a community center. So in addition to being a safe space for the LGBTQ community on the South Side, there was always this vision to really work on the intersectional issues related to our constituents. So those issues have to do with being African American, being women, health issues, reproductive health issues, and social service needs, and having an opportunity to bring all of that into one space. So we're exploring how to make that happen now that we've reached this 15th anniversary. And one of the things that we're seeing is that organizations are beginning to meet in our space. So we have PFLAG there the third Wednesdays of the month, and that's the Parents and Friends of Lesbians and Gays, which is a very important organization for parents, and one of the few resources for parents related to the LGBTQ community. We also have another group that meets in our space called Gender Queer Chicago, and it's an opportunity to just explore these issues of gender identity, because even within the LGBTQ community, it's not a straight black and white. I said straight, but it's not a black and white kind of thing. There's a continuum, and there's sexual orientation and gender expression and gender identity issues that don't get talked about very often. And then we're also doing a lot of youth work now. I mentioned the Youth Leadership Institute and the two programs there, but we're still also doing work with our older women. We still have the 40-plus group and the singles women group. We have a lesbian and bisexual moms group, and we also have a transgender group that meets at Affinity. But these are not silos. These are all groups that come together. And folks can help by volunteering at the organization, both in terms of programming and administratively. We offer service learning hours for youth, so there's tons to do there. And of course, we are always looking for donations for the organization, and there's lots of information about how to get involved on our website. So there are many ways that people can do that.
Okay, so I'm just gonna put our information up one more time. If you want to learn any more information about the Chicago Abortion Fund or Affinity, you can give us a call at 312-663-0338, or you can hit us up at the ChicagoAbortionFund.com. Looks like we have a caller. Go ahead, caller.
Good evening, ladies. I have a question, okay? It's one thing for people to tolerate certain people's lifestyles. Okay, that's fine, and respect their lifestyle, whatever they decide they want to do. But don't you think we get in a situation where we're approaching a dangerous situation? Even if you don't openly embrace it, you are looked upon as some type of bigot now, if you don't really totally embrace it now, and they wind up being penalized.
I guess what you were saying, that, you know, if you don't embrace someone's lifestyle, is that you being a bigot, or I don't know exactly what the question was, but I mean, I feel like when it comes to, you know, a person's lifestyle, that's just like at the Chicago Abortion Fund, that's what we're all about. We're all about choice. It's always a person's personal decision every day to do whatever it is they choose. That means from when they wake up in the morning, what they eat, to if they go to work or not, or, you know, whatever they choose to do, that's their choice. If a woman decides she wants to carry a pregnancy to terms, it's her choice. If she wants to terminate it, it's her choice. If somebody wants to, you know, be a lesbian, that's their choice. If they want to be straight, that's their choice. Life is about choices, and either you deal with them.
Well, one correction there. Being a lesbian or a gay person or a bisexual person, or feeling that you're a transgender person is we don't consider that to be a choice.
Oh, I'm sorry.
How
I didn't mean to say it like
might
that.
be a choice.
I didn't mean to
It's just who you are.
Right.
And in terms of bigotry and all that, bigotry does exist. People have a right to their opinions.